Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey? I was...
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck no! So much balls. There's too much balls on that ref. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh. Hit it with the zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby.
Well, show's over, folks. We know that War Games is happening with Bianca and the Gross. Okay? It is happening between Damage Control, Bianca, Asuka, and Bliss. Okay? They need 2 more peoples. And of course, Damage Control needs 1 more. All right? Hello to everybody. How y'all doing? Listen, Raw was okay today. It kicked off with the Usos and New Day, which was a little surprising because I didn't expect to see them today, okay? But one thing I will say is the Usos and the New Day had a very good promo cut back and forth. Both teams had valid points. What Xavier said was the plight of a wrestler who doesn't have the wrestling family and background to maintain themselves in the industry. What the Usos said was the constant pressure and need for them to succeed in this business. Those are 2 very valid and real expectations and non-expectations from both sides of the fence. It is always expected of the Usos to perform at a specific level, to be a certain type of superstar, and it is not expected of Xavier or Kofi to be anything other than what they were set to be, which was, the occasional jobber, occasional champion, and that be it. They both exceeded the expectations that were set for both of them. And if you don't understand that, then you didn't understand the promos that was being given. Both teams had valid points. In the words of Nicole, 2 things can be right at the same time. The Usos experience a different type of pressure, as does Xavier and Kofi. They all have a different path that they've taken to be at the top of the mountain. And while, yes, one path may appear easier from the outside looking in, both teams have had their share of struggles, triumphs, and of course setbacks that could derail any team. So I, as a fan watching it, was very pleased with the tenacity and the effort placed by both teams in terms of giving their perspective of their trying to maintain themselves on top and just trying to get to the top. And they both had very valid points. So it was a fun, but also very truthful and interesting promo that I enjoyed. And I'm glad that we finally got to see some real shit happening on television. Okay, because oftentimes, especially in WWE, they don't really allow them to have anything personal that they don't feel lends to the storyline. Even when it does, they find a way to doctor it up and package it up so that it's different. And in this case, both teams had a very personal connection to those tag team titles, and we got to see that play out right before us. So, in my opinion, this is one of the best promos I've seen cut on national television in a very, very long time because it was raw and it was real, and both teams had valid points on the matter. With that being said, I do believe that that was my favorite segment next to Miz and Johnny's, which I'll get to that in a second. So, of course, shortly after that, unfortunately for us, high ass Riddle interrupted that and had them playing on bongos and trying to keep the peace. To which that was rejected by Jey Uso, who you know is y'all resident hothead. This led to a 6-man tag team match. Now, me and AJ was sitting here watching this, and then we was like, this thing real long. You know, like when the show started, they cut a promo. They was going back and forth for about 10, 12 minutes. And then here come Riddle. And then after Riddle came out, we saw the 6-man tag team match, which didn't end until around 8:40. So the Usos and the New Day and Riddle dominated at least almost an hour of television on Monday Night Raw. And it wasn't boring. It was actually really, really good. But that match was overtly long. I don't know if somebody was supposed to be there and didn't show up. I don't know. But it was overtly long, extremely long. And I was like, I didn't feel like I was bored. I didn't feel like it was a horrible show or anything like that. It just was very, very long. When I'm sitting there and there's a third commercial break, you're like, what is going on here? Like, this match should be over by now, right? Either way, it was a very good match between the two teams, and of course, Riddle and Solo. Solo shined the most in that match. He was overtly dominant, and just knocking people out. He had nothing but pure, just unbridled, just fight night energy. Like Solo was going off. So I love that. We're gonna move into, because I have to post this last video, and I think I'm not gonna edit it. I'm just gonna post it as is, where it's like completely.
Are you kidding me?
Hold on a second, it's still posting. I'm gonna post the full 6-minute video on my Instagram. All right. So moving on, we got Otis and Elias had a match tonight. Elias lost to Otis. It seemed like tonight was heel night. You know what I'm saying, babe? Because I don't remember any faces winning in any way today. None. Yeah, it was heel night tonight. Even though a lot of the heels won, you know, at Saudi, like there was a lot going on. Okay. So Otis beat Elias in a match, and I didn't really care about that, so it didn't matter. So there was an open challenge by Seth Rollins. Now, everybody was waiting to see who Sethy Poo was going to get challenged by with his open challenge, and lo and behold, here comes the Judgment Day. We were all like, I was like, wah, wah, wah. Like, no, we don't want to see that. That's not something that we wanted to see. No, sir. But eventually, we got to the understanding of why we were seeing, sorry, y'all, this is the wrong picture, of why we were seeing Judgment Day. And basically, Finn Balor was just like, I owe you a receipt. Simple and plain. You took away one of my championships. After I became champion, I had to vacate. I guess that was what he was referring to. Mm-hmm. And then Seth said, okay, fuck it, let's go. But then the OC's music hits. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-on-3 type of thing. Seth Rollins just quietly backed out of there, just ever so late, and just was like, "Let me get my ass to the back, because this ain't got nothing to do with me, baby."
I move over to the left.
Right. He was very much giving very much. I'm just gonna slide on over to the bar. He was real quiet with it though. And of course, the OC made their claim that, we didn't beat you at Crown Jewel because we didn't find an equalizer to neutralize Rhea Ripley. And it was like, of course you didn't. And he was like, but because she found us. All of a sudden, here comes the HBIC, Mia Yim with a kendo stick taking out Rhea Ripley. Gots to say, a bitch was very much pleased. Very much pleased. I was praising J Lord. You understand me? Okay? Pleased. We live. Okay? We appreciate you. Okay? We blessed. We are blessed in the city. You understand me? We got to finally see that hole in some pain. I want to see some more. Now, what I noticed is that Aloy couldn't get them braids out her hair. I don't know if she couldn't figure it out or if the hair was stuck, but she was giving very much, my hair is still braided because I don't know how to take it down energy. And she got her ass whooped because of it. Me and Yim whooped her ass. And I hope it's many more ass whoopings to come, because she's been a thorn in my side since her ass been out there tormenting Dominic. And the fact that a grown man is on television calling you mommy is weird. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's weirdo energy. Because he sound like a child and he come off like a child. I don't like it. It's fucking weird. Okay? That was such a good promo. I was so upset that Riddle came out before Kofi could finish his point. That's your War Games match right there. Just need to build the teams from there on, both sides, like you stated before. Keep Judgment Day versus OC in a regular match on a Survivor Series card. The way I said it on Instagram, hey Tirza, on Instagram, I said, instead of putting the OC and Judgment Day inside War Games, which to me would be a waste of War Games, make them have the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Just make it a mixed tag team match. That way, Mia Yim can compete along with Rhea Ripley with Judgment Day, and you don't have to worry about the issue of putting them inside that cage and the chaos that might ensue. The rules of the match in the mixed tag team are always women wrestle to women, men wrestle to men. And that's the end of that. So since nobody wanted to let their chivalry go out the window and knock Rhea Ripley's block off, let me and Yim do it. All right? So to Nicole's credit, she did. I remember she said it a couple times, actually. And when we was doing our podcast, she said it. She thought that Mia Yim was going to be the one to come back. And she said that she should have been the one that comes back and helps the OC out. So shout out to Nicole, because she was right. She usually is. Not even going to lie. She usually is right about multiple things. So got to give her her flowers there. Anyway, Mia did the Lord's work by whipping Rhea's ass, and it was definitely earned and deserved. Hey, Nicole. She said, Tish said, Seth fucking Slade. I hope he's okay. Now, at the end of the show, we did get Seth Rollins finally doing his open challenge. And at first, it appeared like Mustafa was going to accept, but Bobby beat up Mustafa and accepted. So now you got Bobby Lashley unleashed on the WWE, just tearing through everybody. But the key thing about this is that fucking Theory cashed in his money in the bank on Seth Rollins. And I was like, no, you fucking did it. Now, listen. This shit took me out because I did not expect that. Okay. I feel like Triple H is trying to erase everything that Uncle that Vince McMahon left behind, and that was the last thing that Vince McMahon did before he retired or resigned, as they put it. And that just got immediately obliterated. It is no longer a factor in the E for any championship at all. Okay? It's ingenious, but it also opened a door that it could be used for other championships and not just the fucking WWE championship. You see what I'm saying? So that's one good thing that he did. Okay. It's one good thing that he did. And then Nicole also talked about, she did say that Theory's cash in was going to be a fail. So she's right on that front too. I told y'all she usually right about a lot of things. Usually she is. Hello, Notorious. I was on the edge of my bed watching the Usos and knew they'd go off on each other, but Riddle has ruined it. He did ruin it. I kind of wish he would have let Kofi finish talking and they got in each other's face like they was about to fight. And then Riddle came out there and was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's, you know what I'm saying? But it was like in the middle of their promo. It just seemed weird. The 505 and Theory's cash in will be a fail. I hope Seth is okay. I see he miles. I can't really move my left leg, which seems like a slip disc, which I really hope it's not. I did see him miles that, and I hope that he's okay and it's not something too serious. Unfortunately, it happens. So I've had suffered from back problems in the past, so I really hope it's nothing serious. I saw him mouth these fucking nails. Don't worry, I got what you meant. He said we're making room for mid cards, okay? You do be right sometimes. Sure. Perhaps Theory can win the belt on his own without the briefcase being in the way. I would at least give him that. No, he lost. He can win. Theory is a great wrestler. I will never ever take Theory's wrestling skill away from him. He's a very solid wrestler. His character just gets on my goddamn nerves. Here and lately, he's been performing extremely well against the people he's been wrestling. He's been performing exceptionally. So I won't shit on him for that. I did say you be right most of the time. That's the truth. Sometimes you get it wrong just like I do. It's not as often as I get it wrong, but you do get it wrong sometimes. Most of the time, you are right. He should have never won that shit to begin with. I'm glad he lost. I 100% have to agree. She said, see, when you do clownery, ma'am, please. Hey, Leah. Nicole said, I'm sure Seth is fine. Hopefully he just needs some adjustments and rest. I hope that he just hit that table just a little too hard. It seemed like Bobby was trying to cradle him so he didn't crash all the way through it. You know what I'm saying, babe? Mm-hmm. So I think he just may have gotten hurt just from the logistics of the takeout. Hello, Sasha. Hello, Jake. Had to ruin it, but also Solo being the silent type during the opening segment was hilarious. Well, he don't speak much to begin with, so him being silent was cool. I thought he was gonna fail. I just thought he was gonna wait till day 364 to fail. No, he can't. He can win the title on his own. Give Theory something. Give him something. The New Day and the Usos, baby, them motherfuckers said fuck the script. I agree. I really thoroughly enjoyed that promo because it was all facts And it was facts on both sides. Like they both were right about themselves and their trajectory and everything that was expected of them and everything that wasn't expected of them. They were 100% correct. I just feel the New Day's a little bit more because I understand what they're talking about. The Usos haven't had to experience that in any way, shape, or capacity. They've always been kind of protected. So for them, it's I guess you could say if for them it's just another title around their belt, around their waist. It's another notch on the legacy of their family and of course their legacy. But for New Day and for Kofi and Xavier, they doing it specifically for themselves, for their own legacy, for their generation, and of course for their partner who isn't there right now for Big E. So it's a lot more riding for the New Day than it would be for the Usos. And it's not to say that either side is more right than the other. It's just it depends on who wants it more and who has more to fight for. I'm just happy we don't got to see him with the Money in the Bank contract. True. I was so happy that Theory lost, but Lashley was still a petty motherfucker. I mean, in this case, I'm okay with the petty. Not gonna lie, I'm okay with the petty. Yeah, I was like, cool, this ain't no scripted shit. They really came with it, and I didn't know whose side to be on. I kind of like the fact that nobody knew whose side to be on. Sending Riddle out there during that promo was a choice and not a good one. Eh, they could have waited. I don't understand why they sent them out so early, but they did. Now we did get a secondary match with the women after we got that beat down from Damage Control. Now, what we saw was Bianca came out there with Bliss and Asuka, and they made it very clear that they sick of Damage Control and they bullshit. No matter how many times they beat them, they keep coming back, and they just sick of it. So they came out there, they called them out, and they made it very clear that the only reason why Dakota and Io had their titles is because of Nikki Cross. Had it not been for Nikki Cross, they would have retained, which is 100% true. Asuka and Bliss dominated majority of that match. There were points where Io and Dakota did get some of the momentum back, but most of that shit was on Asuka and Bliss. They did exceptional jobs in that match. However, the end result is the end result. They lost. You feel me? Now, they attacked them. They had a fair fight, and at first, the Bianca's team was tearing them up. But here come Nikki Cross. She was their X Factor. She came in and attacked everybody, so it made it a 4-on-3. All right. Now, this led to a match later on in the night. After Bianca announced they wanted to do War Games, Bayley accepted. Later on in the night, they was hyping up Nikki Cross, who literally is not there. Like that bitch is not present. I don't know why Dakota insists on talking to her, and she keep pandering to her like she's some damn deity or some shit. It's weird. But anyways, they was talking to her. She had a match with Dana Brooke. They said, take out all your aggression on Dana and show these girls what you can do. She ended up beating Dana Brooke. It was for the 24/7 championship. Nikki Cross won. To which Nikki Cross threw the title in the trash, which leads me to the belief that the 24/7 title is no longer in play, and it is no more a title. It is no longer a title for the WWE. So I don't know what y'all gonna do. If y'all want that ugly ass belt, you better go to the shop and buy it before they pull it. Dana got her ass whooped. She lost her championship, and that was it. It was lights out for Dana Brooke. Okay. Now let's get to Miz and Johnny Gargano. Miz came out there talking about Johnny Gargano. It didn't have credible sources. He was lying and all kind of shit. Hold on, let me put y'all comments up here. IDK, what happened? But it's hard for me not to ride with New Day. But I love the pettiness though, because Lashley was like, Fuck all and this fuck Ali and this US title match. Candice, I'd gone to be the ultimate betrayal. I feel it. Okay. Poor Nikki missed the whole trash can with the 24/7 title. I was like, child, just keep walking. Maybe we won't notice. Well, I don't think it really mattered if she missed the trash can or not. She wasn't looking for the trash can. She was looking up in the air, so it's kind of obvious that she was gonna miss it. You know? Yes, Dana Brooke lost. Yes. Yeah, at first I didn't know, but I think Tiff was right about Sasha and Naomi finding a way in that War Games match because Candice is definitely betraying them. She ain't even come out and help them. Well, if Candice was back there, they didn't say she was back there. I can understand if she was back there and they didn't mention her, but she wasn't back there. Well, and we don't think she was. We're going off what we know, kayfabe wise, storyline wise, we have to assume that she's still injured. Now, if they decide to bring her in as the ultimate betrayal, I mean, that's fine. I don't care. Just set up the shit so we can get this over with. Set it up. Triple H is the type of dude who likes to drag shit out. Like, he like a good long feud. And sometimes I don't mind a long feud when it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, and one thing they did show us is that Rhea ain't forgot that she still is owed a championship shot against Bianca, which leads me to believe Rhea Ripley may challenge Bianca at WrestleMania for that title, which I wouldn't mind, you know. But I'm going to need for her not to be in Judgment Day and be by herself, okay? Because I'd be damned if Bianca Belair going to drop her title to that bitch while she in fucking Judgment Day. No, I will scream. Hopefully, this means we're one step closer to a mid-card title for the women. Because they threw away the 24/7 championship, that means that somehow that's going to lead to a mid-card title for the women. I don't know how that correlates with the other, but I mean, if that's what you manifest, then be my guest. I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind a mid-card title for the women. Sometimes I can be confused at how y'all minds work. Like for me, the 24/7 title wasn't just a women's title, so it doesn't correlate like that for me. But I guess, like, I don't know, it doesn't correlate like that for me. Like I never would have thought of the 24/7 title like what we saw what Dana did with the title. So maybe now they'll be able to give the women the mid card title. Like I never would have thought of it like that. It might take a while. Wow. Anyway. Okay. If that works, live your best life, babes. Whatever works for you, honey. Okay. So Miz and Gargano. Miz came out there talking about he's going to sue. He's gotten so many calls from Hollywood, so many meetings. He's so busy. He is just so popular right now, and people are just trying to steal his shine, and they don't know that, they don't know what they're doing, and that he's a victim here, and people are trying to make him out to be anything but a victim, whatever. I'm not trying to rain on the parade, but I don't connect those together either. I mean, I get it. I get what they meant, but I just did not. I didn't correlate the 24/7 championship to it showing that the women could have a mid-card title. I mean, given the circumstances of their current championships, I would say they could very well use a mid-card championship just off of that. I mean, on each show. I feel like you should have one on each show. And if you're not going to build a proper tag team division, then for now, put the tag team titles on ice. Do a Mae Young Classic where you're having tag teams only, because there's bunches of women's tag teams out there. And you do a Mae Young Classic with exclusively tag teams only. You do one Mae Young Classic for NXT, one Mae Young Classic for the main roster. You pull as many of the best teams from that Mae Young Classic as you can. Fill out the roster with enough tag teams for each side. And then you roll with it like it is. Like, I just don't understand. Like, it's not fucking hard to do. It's like giving everything that's going on. Now we're getting side views for the women. Finally. Especially since I think we're going to see a lot of women from NWA jumping ship. You know what? Nicole's right. I saw some shit about Nick Aldis, not only in the group chat, but on Twitter. I didn't know that he had decided to leave NWA. I didn't know that. I thought that he was the flagship boy. You know, and for a long time, he was holding shit down for that company. So I'm pretty shocked that he's leaving. And then, like, all his dates got canceled. So Jerry, he had some dates that he was supposed to fulfill contractually with the company, and they pulled him.
Damn.
I'm like, Jesus, that's fucked up. Nicole said he decided not to renew his contract. Does it have to do with that control your narrative shit? Because EC3 is a cancer. I figured it out. So that could possibly mean things could fall into place. Yes, I believe 100% that Triple H is going to go after Camille. He'd be crazy not to. Now, the only thing that I think would probably entice Camille to go to AEW is to be able to battle against Jade. Which that would be fucking epic, right? But but I thought I would go get Nick too. The first time I saw Nick, I believe I was watching Impact when I saw him wrestle. And it was a long time ago. And I hadn't seen him since. And then he popped up in NWA and I was like, oh, I know him. I've seen him before. And it was like I was watching Impact all over again. He's always been a great wrestler. Always. A lot to deal with the disrespect of the women, including Mickie James, CYN, and the direction is going in. Oh, shit. Yeah, he had that title for like almost 3 years, but then he lost it a while ago. NWA is going downhill bad. See, I never thought NWA would do that. Not Mickie. Now Mickie said, I can get you in. Yeah. I throw a few bags at Nick. Me too. He's a star. Yeah. He helped them shape it into what it was. It's like Cody leaving AEW. That I agree with. That's horrible. When your flagship boy leaves, there's a problem. Something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But not to take away from Miz and Johnny Gargano, because Johnny Gargano busted Miz wide open. And basically what he did was he had a private investigator show up, pose as a Hollywood producer, and sit down at dinner with him and talk to him about his story. And then he all but admitted that he did hire Dexter to do these things to bolster him. And then she asked him, like, why'd you stop paying him? And the Miz was like, well, I stopped paying him mainly because the block got too hot. Basically, what he said was it was too many variables involved. WWE wanted to involve the police. The WWE was asking questions, and I didn't want to get too far into it. It had gone too far, so I just cut off all communication with him, and that made it worse. But he was like, it's an amazing story. Like, he was like, who they're gonna believe? They're gonna believe me. I'm the guy who's being kidnapped. It was really slimy and shitty. And Miz just stood there, eyes wide open, mouth open. Johnny Gargano had a fucking remote, which took me out. I lost it. It was so fucking hilarious. It was so funny. And I was just like, and their match was incredibly long too. But it was a good match. It very much was a good match. It just was really long. And I was just like, tonight, all of the fucking heels won the matches. Like, all of the heels won matches. All of them. The only faces who came out on top was the OC. Like, they were the only ones. Everybody else, no, they lost. Or they got beat up. He got NWA huge deals in Japan. It was like global superstardom. Well, now Nick Aldis can go somewhere else and use his talents for good. If he goes to the E, I'll be happy for him. I won't be shitting on it because I like Nick. I think he's a great talent. So I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd love to see him there. However, it'd be interesting if he goes to AEW. However, I don't think AEW is the place for him either. But it's up to him to decide what he wants to do for himself. With all that being said, I believe Sami Zayn over Miz 6 out of 7 days of the week. OC been getting their asses whooped for weeks now. Facts. But they did today. They did not today. They came back. Got Mia's ass together. Got her ass in there with her HBIC fit. She said AEW don't even know what to do with Ricky Starks. Babe, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying they exist. They is out there. And a lot of people go to AEW over WWE. So if that's what he decided to do, that's his business. Okay? I won't shit on that. But if he decided to come to WWE, I will be more than happy to see him. Anyways, War Games for the women has been set. We already know 3 of the 5 for Bianca's team, and we already know 4 of the 5 for Bayley's team. So it looks like leading up until War Games, they're going to be giving us little breadcrumbs to fill out the damn teams instead of just filling them out. Shit. Now we have to stretch this shit out. I'm so impatient. We didn't get no Wyatt symbol today with Bliss, so that was interesting. But Friday today, did I delete the video? I mean the picture? Damn, I did. So Friday, we are going to get New Day versus the Usos, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I think the New Day gonna get them titles from the Usos. I know. She said, yes, we did. I know it seemed like that might not be true, but it was one in Bianca's entrance. I did not see that. Y'all lying. Y'all are lying. Y'all right. They did flash the Wyatt symbol during their entrance. It was very, very slick and almost hard to notice. I did not see it. Don said they should so it can start crumbling. Facts, because they need to do something. You shut your ass up. Yes, it flashed. I'm gonna find it. I believe New Day can do it. Tiffany, Tiffany, at this point, you just need to not worry. You need to kiss my ass. Okay? Don be on my ass because I don't be seeing shit. But it's not like I'm watching it like y'all watching it. God damn, I have to watch my shit through a damn phone screen every day and make pleasing content for the masses. Shit. Ooh, that never gets old. Okay, this shit is not loading. Hold on, Nicole. I'm gonna catch it as soon as my Instagram stop acting like it don't know what the fuck it's doing. You gonna check the group chat. I'm gonna check it. Right, get somebody else to do it. I need to wash my hair and plait my hair down so I can wear put my wigs on. Hold on. Oh, I wasn't in here when that part came on. That's why I didn't see it. It flashed when they all was coming down, Jared, and she was swinging her hair in the air.
Yeah.
It blacked out right behind them. Maybe Alexa gonna be the one to defect instead of it being Candace. To me, that would make sense, seeing as how Bray Wyatt been tearing her ass up for the last couple of days. Either way, it's some interesting shit. Now tomorrow's NXT. All right. Grayson Waller is having the Waller effect tomorrow, and you're gonna have Braun Breaker and Von Wagner, Neanderthal looking ass, on there together because Von Wagner is the next challenger. Apparently, he's earned it. I don't know when or how. Because even during the North American Championship match, his big ass was laid out, was nowhere near the ring. But, whatever. I imagine Carmelo Hayes and Wesley will compete against each other for that North American Championship because Carmelo attacked Wesley last Tuesday. Mandy Rose is going to defend her championship against Alba Fire Tuesday, and you're supposed to have another tag team championship bout with Zoe Starks and Nikita going up against the two disco bitches. I don't even Kaden and Katana. That's their names. Now, we're probably going to get some more information with Chase U University and how Duke Hudson is their little, agent of chaos for Kiana. And there's so much going on in NXT right now. And of course, you still have JD McDonough floating around like that big ass head that he has, floating around NXT and wreaking havoc on it. Now, I don't know exactly what he's gonna do, but he's gonna do something. Now, I think that's pretty much the basics of NXT tomorrow. I don't see how they would have any more room to fit in anything else. I mean, Pretty Deadly still have tag titles. Somebody's got to defend them. Gallus isn't there at the moment. They still are under suspension, it seems. So they've got other tag teams that they need to compete. Also, Kiana's assistant served Briggs and Jensen this notice, and they didn't say exactly what it was, but I would imagine it has something to do with their bar. So it looks like Kiana's trying to buy up all of the NXT real estate, air quotes, and take everybody out that she doesn't deem to be worth the money. With all that being said, that's NXT. Friday, you're going to get, of course, probably some more Ronda and Shayna. We're going to get the tag titles defended. That's probably going to be your main event. More than likely, Roman won't be there. Traveling from Saudi can be a bit much. And even though he's in remission from leukemia, WWE tends to take extreme precautions when it comes to him and doing those types of things. Plus, he was in a very, very tough battle with Logan Paul. And I hate to say that, but that was the truth. Okay? So he's probably going to have this week off and he's not going to show up on SmackDown. If he does, I'll be fucking shocked. Dead ass. So let me go to what Don said. Don said, how the fuck did he earn it? Babe, I don't know. I don't know. He came in there and kicked Braun Breaker in the face last week. So now he the number one contender for the championship. I don't remember that nigga wrestling for anything. Nothing. You hear me? Don't remember it. Didn't see it. But they gave it to him, child. I feel so bad for my man because he has to be in the ring with Dumber, and the big dummy. You decide which one is which. Girl, he got a name. Your man's name is Braun. Like, call him Braun. You can say my Braun. Do that. But I'm tired of reading my man. I have to read that every time somebody mention him. I can't stand it. I love you, Caleb, but geez. Why do I have to keep calling him that? Just call him Brian. Just call him Brian, please. I love they have ominous Bray. I love they have ominous of Bray right now. He is everywhere, and Bray is literally fracturing into multiples right before our eyes. And I don't think a lot of people really appreciate the ingenious of what Bray Wyatt is doing. It's some television. It's really pristine television work. It's movie quality at best. And I just really want him to get his flowers for it, because it's one of those things where it's just literally it's just little things, very subtle things that he does that ends up being taken over everything. And it'd be little stuff like a little flicker of a logo, or just popping up on the screen next to somebody while they talking. Like he has his moments picked out strategically, and I have to say I respect that wholeheartedly. JD looked like a Roblox. Well, that's true. JD head has his own gravitational pull. Child. Girl. He's legit only been like 2 or 3 matches. Baby, I don't know. They gave him the match. He gonna be on Grayson Waller Effect this Tuesday, talking about the damn match between the two of them. Child, I'm not watching it. I'm telling you, I have no desire to watch Braun Breaker and Von Wagner wrestle each other. None whatsoever. No, I like calling Braun Breaker my man because it makes you mad. That's why I do it. It's so annoying. I will stop reading it. I will stop reading it. I'm going to stop reading it. I'm telling you. Now, Bobby had this severe cut on his chesticles today. And he went and got his eyebrows microbladed again. So there's that. But anyways, what's happening with Bray Wyatt gets me intrigued. But the other part of me is like, bro, get to the fucking point, please. Oh, you cannot rush perfection, honey. I can't believe Theory used the Money in the Bank for the U.S. title. I would have liked him to drop it to KO or even Sammy. That would have been good. Roman could have made him use it and take a pin. I wouldn't have made him use it to take a pin. I would have made him think I was using it to take a pin, and then I would have fought him for it. Like, I honestly wanted him to compete against KO with that briefcase. Kevin takes it from him, and then at Mania, Kevin cashed in and won the championship at Mania. I honestly wanted that to happen because, like I said, Kevin hasn't been champion in any capacity for a very long time. But I think what they're gonna do, and this probably because they backed off of Kevin and Sammy being a team again. And that was the original plan. The original plan was for Kevin to constantly get into Sammy's head and pull him away from the bloodline. And then eventually they cast out Sammy, to which Sammy and Kevin directly attacked the bloodline via the Usos, right? And then they were supposed to be the ones that took the championships from them, which I thought was ingenious. I would have loved that. But, and I don't necessarily know if they're going to continue with that plan later, because they did pull Kevin from TV. And they did pull Kevin from TV for a little while, and now they don't have anything for him, which in my opinion, they very much could have. Kevin could have been involved in the US title storyline with Seth, and I would have loved that. Or you could put Kevin on Gunther. You can move Kevin to SmackDown and have him be Gunther's next opponent. There's so many ways to use Kevin, and inside feuds as well. And I think Kevin deserves better than that. But I think Triple H has a plan for Kevin, and he's just holding on to it. It's in his back pocket, if that makes sense. So those are also not the big meaty men slapping meat that I want to see. I can't. Well, I have to annoy you about something these days because it's out of love. That's fine, Kayla. Oh, God. That's how he loses it? Damn, Hunter, it was another way out. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, you can't rush Brazen Vision. I have to agree. Bray Wyatt's story plays out the way it should. It's not too fast and it's not too slow. It's at a decent pace. He's been reintroduced to the WWE, fine, but there are also still hidden clues everywhere about what he's going to do next. And I think that's the fun part. He's already started with Bliss, but he should dissuade us and make Liv be another one that he recruits. He really should. And then have them tag team together like there's some dark entities working together. And then you've got a new tag team formulated for the titles. You've got Asuka pulled away. She's a singles competitor now. It'll all work together. Yeah, they didn't say it was off. They said it's been on hold. So which leads me to believe that maybe I really want the New Day to win, though. I really do, especially after that promo. I really want them to win, but they may not, just so the Usos can beat that and they can start this thing with Kevin and Sammy and the whole thing, because it seemed like they've already started, because Jimmy and Jay both were making Sammy back off, and Sammy really wasn't doing anything, out of line or being disrespectful. He was just trying to, help and be a little bit more motivational. And it was just like, nah, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of a seed being started there. Hopefully they capitalize on said seed and they're able to move forward with that storyline of the Usos dropping their titles to Sammy and Kevin, which I believe would be a better result. Nothing against the New Day. I would love to see New Day with those tag team titles again. But I'm kind of here for Sami Zayn and Kevin taking them from them. I don't know why, but I just feel that so much more. But I know it would mean a lot to New Day to keep their record intact. And I understand what they're saying, and I'm kind of torn between both scenarios. The melatonin kicking in. I'm heading off the bed. Good night, everyone. Good night, Brandy. All right. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow about NXT when it comes on. You guys make sure you follow me on social media. Follow me on... Oh, I've only been going for an hour. Ain't that crazy? Follow me on Instagram at SiteDesignTV2. You want to support the channel, hit up the Cash App. There is my Cash App ID. And if you like makeup, you want to learn some makeup or talk about makeup, I'm going to start going live over there too. You guys can come over to my Site Design TV YouTube and join me over there if you want to. And like I said earlier when I did my little pre-show, I still have my Vibe and Paint event. You guys can come out to that. If you can't come because you don't live in the area, that is fine. You can still donate a ticket, and we can end up giving it to somebody who wants to come. We can have a couple free tickets, and y'all can be the benefactor, and I'll make sure that everybody knows that you guys donated those tickets, and I will be forever grateful if you do. So scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. If you need a bigger code, bam, look. Bam, right there. Scan the QR code and make sure that you guys come to the event if you're going to be in my town, which is Cleveland, Ohio, on the 19th of November, which is next week. You guys can come and eat. We've got karaoke, we've got music, and we also have an artist where you can come and paint and take home your painting. Everything is inclusive if you select the right tickets. Okay. Buy yourself an executive ticket, you can get the paint, or buy yourself a gold ticket and you can get the painting. If you buy the executive ticket, you get to eat, drink, and partake in the sweets table and do whatever you want to do, baby. Okay, go over there and eat to your heart's desire. You can eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want, because you have the all-inclusive tickets. All right. And for 1 hour at the end, we're going to do karaoke. So we got all of this stuff going on for the event. Make sure you show up if you can. And I will see you guys tomorrow when we watch NXT. Goodbye.
Thank y'all so much for coming and being part of my show. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on the channel. It really helps to get my content out there for everybody to see. And I feel like even though we're a wrestling channel, we talk about a little bit of everything over here when I go live. So make sure you guys follow me on my social media as well. All of my socials are the same at Psych Design TV 2. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook if you're a little and you like Facebook. But don't forget to follow me and subscribe, and make sure you rate my videos and get that algorithm up to push it up so I can start being a little bit more professional, so I can start making some coins. Okay? I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.